The ribbon has been cut. They've cut the ribbon. I've never done this before, but watch. I'm going to actually hold the giant scissors. Wow. I feel like the sword in the stone right here. It's even got a Yamaha logo. Good thinking, guys. So Yamaha has moved the majority of their operations from their Cypress office, not far from Angel Stadium in Anaheim, to here in Georgia. Now, the racing department is still in California, so when we talk motocross and supercross, a lot of the familiar faces to us are still at their old office, but most of the employees are now here in Georgia. So they've moved their wall of champions, which honors pretty much anyone who's ever won a title on a Yamaha. They've moved that from California to here. This man, were you involved with Yamaha at one time?
I was.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you an employee?
I was.
Did you race, or what'd you do?
I was a mechanic for some of the greats.
Such as? Oh, McGrath?
No.
Hannah?
No.
Reed?
No. Tim Ferry.
Tim Ferry?
Yeah.
Multiple championships?
Not on this wall.
Okay.
But
yeah,
there is a championship on this wall that I had a small part of.
Really?
Yes.
Do you know where it is?
It is right here.
Really?
That 2005.
Who did you have to take down in that? What were some of the competitors in that
All I
last
did
class?
was go testing with him.
Okay.
On the bike.
I believe Mark Burkhart battled with one David Pingree, I believe, for that championship, didn't he?
I don't remember.
Okay, you don't remember? You don't.
But I remember.
Plus, did you even go to the races?
No.
Okay, so you know nothing about this.
I tested with Mark.
Okay.
I worked on the bike, and I always made a joke that Supermoto was Italian for doesn't quite fit. Because you had to modify the crap out of the bike.
Actually, they need to step up. They got to put a 2019 on there, and honestly, probably a 2020 already. These are some of the greats. There's my guy GL. There's RJ. So yeah, these plaques, what's interesting to me is, so Yamaha started this in 2012. They said it represents over 200 titles in total and 96 different riders they honored as champions. And they actually hired me back in 2012 to script and voiceover, some videos for these. Now look, it was very easy for me to script this guy, legend. I'm a GNCC guy, so I love these guys too. Crash course on road racing for me, because they honor everything. That even includes CJ Greaves, who races Yamaha UTVs, Colby Carlisle, flat track guy, Gary Sutherland in an off-road. There we go. There's Emig. There's Ron. So there's a new one, Plessinger. Road race guys like Ben Spees, K-Dub, yeah. And all the way down to the newest. The newest are right here, including Dylan Ferrandis winning Supercross last year. So they've got room for more. They have much more space because they expect much more titles, I guess. Who knows? Maybe Ferrandis even another one soon in Supercross, or they have the points lead.
Never forget.
Oh my God, this one they put up there? Look at the photo.
Never forget.
Look at the photo.
Yeah.
That is great. This one should have like an asterisk, like hardest one to make happen. We somehow held it together.
Yep.
Stu. But I will tell you, it was a little disappointing today. They had a guest of honor. One of the great champions that is on this wall was here. But I have to say, this doesn't really sum it up. One regional Supercross championship. Could we just replace this and just put legend? Can we just do that?
Yep,
It should just say Damon Bradshaw is here. I'm gonna see if I can find him here. We got Bradshaw. More importantly, we got you home. You're back. You're back with the tuning fork. It has to feel good.
Yeah, no, it is. It's it feels like home, like we've all said several times, and to come here and be able to visit with the employees and be a part of the Wall of Champions, and it's kind of cool. It's moved to Georgia. You know, I didn't get a chance to see it in California, but yeah, to be invited here today and come and hang out and shake hands and sign a few autographs for some of the employees. A lot of new faces, obviously, but still lots of old faces. So
it was funny what you said. You used to bleed white. Or sorry, yellow.
Yellow.
You go back that far.
Oh yeah. I think what we were talking, I think 82 was my first contract with Yamaha, and it was obviously, I mean, I consider my career of being with Yamaha. You know, I mean, I rode one other brand for 1 year, but I'm a Yamaha guy, and I think I'm pretty confident I will be for life. So it's nice to have this connection again. So I know I'm involved for a couple of years, and hopefully that will extend.
What's cool is, yeah, you retired for a bit, you came back with Yamaha, and then when you came back to do arena cross, you were in Yamaha. So it seems like you maintain the relationships pretty good throughout.
It's, you know, it's hard to get away from what you know, and the people, and they know you, and even though you have other companies that do, they don't really know you that deep. And so, when I came back, even this time, it was like, open doors again, which feels really good. And I feel like, my years of being loyal to Yamaha through the bad, through the good, paid off. And then I think it did with most of the companies that I work with, is that loyalty is worth something. I don't think there's a lot of that nowadays.
Yeah.
But again, I understand guys got to make money, and you may be here for a short time. So.
Well, yeah, you got to ride it out, because I'm sure you had times. Look, if you were the Yamaha from '82, there were times where the bikes were probably not good. Then there were times where the bikes were like the best.
Right.
You got to ride those storms out.
Yeah, you do. And, I used it for motivation, and we knew it, but we still worked hard, and the guys all worked hard to make the best bike that we could. But it was motivation for me. It made it worth that much more when we were able to win on a bike that maybe wasn't quite there. But, now to be back on a 450 and the thing be that good out of the box, it's a good feeling. And it's fun. I didn't think that I would be still working in the industry this long after, but being gone for 12 years and be back in, it's like being new again.
Yeah. Okay, so you were, in your time, you were like the hot amateur guy for a while. That side of the game, I think, has probably changed even more than the pro side.
Oh, yeah.
What were you even doing then? You probably have a general idea what the kids do now. They're in training facilities. They're not in school. They're riding 7 days a week. What were you doing to be at your level back then? Was it way mild compared to today?
Yeah, I think definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go to riding schools. Pretty much taught myself. But I spent a lot of time on the motorcycle, very much like what the kids do now. But I don't think it was much as a regiment. But even though it probably turned to a job early on, it still was fun. So I kind of worry about that with kids. I'm not around the amateur ranks that much. I get to, with what I'm doing now, I get to spend time with the weekend warriors.
Okay.
And I like that because it's a lot more relaxed atmosphere. I mean, I love going to Supercross and watching the racing, but it's a different atmosphere, I think, than kind of what I really like being a part of. I like being able to go out and spend time with those people riding. So the amateur event stuff, I get bits and pieces of it, but it's crazy. I just worry about them burning riders out, burning kids out, and because we need those guys, right? We need that evolve of competition, which now it's pretty darn exciting.
Okay, so you're saying weekend warrior. So what exactly is your role? What do you got scheduled here?
So just, spending time, whether it's UTV rallies or whether it's moto ride days. Here real soon, more adventure stuff with WPS dealers, with Yamaha dealers. So it's more or less just to go and hang out and try to get people to ride maybe that weren't going to ride. I mean, the ride days that I do with WPS, it's not so much about fly or about WPS. It's more of us being a part of a ride day to get people out riding motorcycles. Yeah. So it's not just helping us, it's helping the whole industry, because that's kind of what it's about. I mean, I think we're missing that, but it's cool talking to the guys here at Yamaha, hearing how well two-wheel sales are doing again. To hear that, cool. It's a good thing to hear. Okay, yeah, so you did the monster truck thing for a while, or if you're going to an adventure ride now or a UTV thing, there's probably a lot of old school Bradshaw people that you're running into. Even in the monster truck side, I know that there were motocross fans there. Yeah, it was definitely a crossover, and I still get both. It's funny, guys come up and their kids know me from monster truck. They know nothing about a motorcycle, but the dad knew motorcycle. Yes. So it's a great cross, and it's a good conversation. And it's, like I said, that atmosphere away from a race is so different that it's more down to earth and more personal to me. Yep. And really that's what I enjoy about it. I mean, I know we have to have racing, but to me, those people in those rallies and those weekend warrior people that just love riding or driving, that's where I enjoy spending my time. Because you were on the radar so young, do you feel a little bit better equipped for this type of role? Because, dude, you were signing autographs and being a public figure and doing interviews at 10 years old, 12 years old? Yeah, you got a lot of experience. Somewhere there. I do, and I'm still learning, and feel like I can always be better at it. But it's more me, I think, and it's cool to have people come up and go, yeah, they didn't realize that I'm the person that I am, because when you're racing, it's, so you seem like a nasty guy as far as the racing goes. Yeah. And I get to talk to people about that, because they'll bring up something about a rider that they try to get an autograph from, and he was this, he was that, he was a jerk or whatever. And so I take up for him, even if I don't know him, to try to explain to the people how much of their time is bullies. And they really don't have a lot of time for themselves. So trying to get them to understand that. For now, I that's the reason I enjoy it. I like talking to people and telling stories. And somebody at some point during the day has got a good story. And I feel like you and Stanton, like those days, you guys had to motivate yourself a little bit by that.
Like you weren't, as you always said, you weren't there to be friendly with the other riders, for example.
No, it's definitely changed. I mean, I think, you know, even now looking back, I mean, it's like Jeff. I mean, when we talk, we see each other.
Yeah.
It's a whole different level. A lot of the guys I don't see, and even some of them I probably still wouldn't like them.
Okay.
But a majority of the guys you raced with and had that competition. I mean, even Ricky Johnson. You know,
Yeah.
it started out as you know, Ricky being someone I looked up to, and then all of a sudden now you got to race against the guy. Well,
Yep.
okay, where's that cutoff?
Mhm.
And for me, I had to do that. That was my motivation. And where now I see these guys able to train together, and it still seems like they can still race aggressive with one another, but then they got to train the next week. And again, I'm not on the inside, so
Yeah.
I don't know the real truth.
Yeah.
But for me, that was hard. I mean,
Right.
I wouldn't have had a hard time doing it because I didn't hide anything from anybody.
Okay.
If you're hurt, you're hurt.
Yep.
If it's not your day, it's not your day.
Yep.
And, you know, I wasn't all about being sneaky about some certain section on the track or some certain line.
Okay.
I was like, you know what, I'm riding practice. If they see it, I'll figure out another way to beat them.
Okay.
And it was funny because I remember me and Jeff, we would use practice sometimes, and me and Jeff would be agging one another on in practice. And I remember, you know, his mechanic didn't want that. I
Oh.
liked that, and I think we both liked that, building that, I don't know really what you would call it, that competition that lead
Yeah.
into the first moto.
Right.
But I think certain people knew that that's what I strived on. I really wanted that.
Yeah.
I wanted to dislike the guy before going into the first moto. But now I'm sure they're playing head games. It's all different.
Let's talk about this. This is the problem. You were probably, what, 17 or something then? So you get immortalized with whatever hairstyle you were running.
16, so probably
16.
Garrett probably found. He said that was his fault.
The photo.
But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, we worked hard at that. As you can tell, it's. And my mom was a hairdresser, so I could tune it up.
You told me full Jovi. You were full Bon Jovi with it.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's what I call it, the Bon Jovi hair.
I love it. Was it hairspray, the whole nine at times?
Oh, and a perm. I had to have a perm.
You had to have a perm
I had to have a perm
to
in
get
the
that
back.
back there.
Now, not so much up here, because this was more business, and then, you know,
Party
even
in
though
the
I wasn't
back.
a big partier back then, it sure looked like it.
Party in the back. Yeah. Okay, so you're cool. That's the way it was.
Yeah, hey, it is what it is.